Fuck you, I'm drunk. Fuck you, I'm drunk. Pour my beer down the sink. I've got more in the trunk. Fuck you, I'm drunk. Fuck you, I'm drunk. And I'm going to be drunk till the next time I'm drunk.
Guys, it's kind of like Tuesday twofer, but it's actually Monday. What are we going to look at? We're going to look at Death Roll. Ever had a Death Roll? I personally haven't. This is a milk stout brewed with lactose, and it's from Red Cypress Brewery. It was sent to me by the horny one himself, the Hornet Fixer. And I'll be putting it in this seasoned glass. I'm not exactly sure how long Jim's been sitting on this one. But, you know, it's a milk stout. It does not give an alcohol percentage. So, I'll take a guess and then we'll look it up. It's dark. Well, first one was Firefly. Now that's low, medium, high, and turbo. So it is identical to the hooker I used to be married to. It is so powerful that it can suck the life right out of light. Smells like a lactose stout. Cheers. It's got a nice sweetness to it. Yeah, nice chocolatey sweetness. Don't want this to be all day, but of course it's going to. Right off the bat, of course, by the time you see this, you probably saw a video up on the eBomi channel. I got a package in the mail today from Tim, Big Dog Leather. He made a journal, memory of Ed, be like Ed, and he made me a sling for Ed's SKS. Put the logo on it, U.S. Air Force. And I love it. It's awesome. First was the Crazy Scotsman. Aunt Keck. I've got some questions for you, Aunt Keck. Maybe private questions. If you feel like giving up your email identity, I'm going to put the email to the brew channel, BandEBrewReviews @gmail. Would you hit me up with an email? I have a question for you. Crazy Scotsman, second saying whiskey. Cheap old gun guy says howdy. Rich from Mr. Chew, goodness gracious, more juicy deliciousness. You know it. Satch Boogie Fan, fifth, hell yes. Satch. You know, just because of the online identity that you have chose, every single time I read your comment, it feels a little like Joe Satriani himself is interacting with me. Maybe if I'm ever able to get my I still love the JS1000, but I'd be really happy with the brand new one, especially the one done in the 57 Chevy red. But then I could get Satch Boogie Fan to sign the back plate for me, or just autograph the whole guitar, because that's probably as close as I'll ever get. Gunwild 1, 6th, my bitches. Stalker Steve, 5th, late night. Satch Boogie Fan, the cop shooting video. Oh, that's what you were asking about. Yes, I have only done Glock connector upgrades. Satch Boogie Fan, I don't know of a way to share the video unless it's through Facebook Messenger. So I don't know if... See, that's the problem. This goes back and forth to YouTube names and blah 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 versus Facebook. If you want me to be able to send you the video, look me up on Facebook, because I can share it that way. I don't know of another way to do it. And that's the only way. That's the problem with Facebook. And I've seen 2 different versions. I think I can still go back and find the one. The second one actually shows the cop that he was behind gets up, and when they ask if he's okay, you can actually hear him say yes, and that's after the guy got a couple shots to the head to put him where he belonged. And of course, if it's death by cop, I guess he got his wish. Matt Davis, did I just hear Matt say he's a FUD? It has nothing to do with hunting. Hi. Ant Keck, top 10. Clyde, 11th Revolution. Matt Davis, friends don't let friends be a FUD. Just fucking with you, Matt. Matt, bitter beer face, laugh out loud. J-Dog, here at work. Socks, Jack. Oh goody, the girls are sipping again. Hope Matt brought his tinfoil. I think he did. Mr. Holster, minute 39. Once again, the guest takes the first sip of soda pop. Mr. Holster, you might have to shoot an active shooter with a sidearm at 50 yards. However nowadays... Well, no, you're totally true. If there's a guy that has a gun and he's already put people down, then obviously I'm not going to wait till he's within 21 feet or less. Yeah, you're right. Which is why I prefer to practice at all distances. I mean, and like I said, right down to 0. I mean, my very first concealed carry instructor was Minnesota Highway Patrol, and he said, trust me when I say, take the time to practice at 0 distance. Do it by yourself if you feel that people think that you're not cool because you're going, no, stop, no, and then putting 5 rounds into the gut of the target in front of you. But that's real life. But yeah, Mr. Holster, you're absolutely right. The scenario, the chance that you could be on the scene and there might be already 1, 2, 5, 50 people down, and you're the person with the gun that stops it from continuing, and that could be at any distance. So I'm good with, for me. The other day we were out. It was me and David Brown and the Matt Man. Make sure. Yeah, okay. I normally don't save my targets, but I saved it because it kind of did tell a story. Same ammunition, same conditions, same distance, same target, different guns. This up here was the 1066 that I just got back from Dead On. It was having reliability issues, and I asked Dusty, their gunsmith, if he could check it for reliability, give it a thorough cleaning, do a trigger job on it, and remove the magazine disconnect. Which he thought that what I was asking was a little bit more detailed, and that's why the 1066 is the identical platform to the rest, just that Dusty was going to remove the whole mechanism that had anything to do with the mag release, which coincidentally is also part of the ejector. There's a little bar, the back corner. When the bullet comes back, it's being pulled by the extractor, and it hits the ejector and it knocks it out. Well, when he removed that, I guess the gun stopped ejecting, and he I don't know, he's a very smart guy, he's a very nice guy, and I guess he just thought I was asking for more than I wanted. All I wanted was the little plunger and the little spring right under the rear sight. And he literally goes, "Okay, you guys get your targets and your ammo, and get out on the range, and I will I'll pull the sight off quickly and remove that for you." I mean, I think we didn't even get out onto the range before he was back with the gun. So Dusty, I don't know if you'll see this, but the boys out at Dead On got a chance to sit and chat with the owner. Really nice guy. Hope that we can work with him moving forward on some of the stuff for Justin's final mission. But yeah, this top corner was the 1066, and I was at 25 feet, and I had one that I kind of pushed. Down here is the 1006, and this 2 mags. I think this is three mags or more up here, because once I started kind of getting dialed in on the gun, I was able to kind of hold it right on dead center. But my first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My first set of shots, the first mag out of the 1006 was like, I couldn't ask for any better. And then I sped it up a little bit more with the second mag, and I kind of opened up my grouping. It was the opposite with this guy. When I was concentrating, I was kind of a little bit more erratic, but you know, it's not the same gun. And then just to get an idea, this is the SIG P220 Hunter 10mm Mr. Holster, and both of these were the 40-43 and 40 cal. And I have to say, I put 150 rounds through the 40-43. I didn't put this on the trigger scale. It's a double action only. Needs to reset upon firing. So if if for some reason you have a dead primer and you go to pull the trigger again, nothing's gonna happen. I asked Dusty, and this is another way you can tell a great, if not a good company, at least a great employee at that company. Dusty did the work on this, and of course, if you're an eagle eye, I put a set of Hogue grips on this. I do not like the Hogue grips on the. I had a set of Hogue grips for the 5906, and this is also a double stack. It just gets too chunky. I love the way that this feels in my hand with the stock set of grips, but I believe that you're getting, and one's loaded and one's not, you're getting about the exact same size grip on a single stack with the Hogue, and this was not on it when I shot it. And maybe in a way that is why there was a difference in the groupings, because I really like the grip, no pun intended, I really like the grip that you get on the Hogue grip on the single stacks. So both the 1066 and the 1006 are basically the same caliber, a little bit shorter barrel on one, but basically the same thing. And I also have to give credit where credit is due, and saying, I was in a. Let me start with why I appreciate people like Dusty up at Dead On. I handed him this, and I said, this is the 4043. I plan on carrying it. I want to know what you think of the trigger, and keep the little voice in your head out of a competition gun into a carry gun. He goes, nope, I got that. And he fired it, and he goes, it's actually not that bad of a trigger. He's like, my guess is that it's probably around 5.5 pounds. And actually, I believe it is 5.5 pounds. And he's like, but you could clean up the point in which it fires a little bit by, and because I said, can you do a trigger job on it? Is it going to be about $100? Because that's what it was, a little over $100 because he did some extra stuff for me on the 1066. And he goes, you don't need me for this. He goes, see the package that I handed you with the 1066? And I said, yeah, Wolf Springs. And he goes, order that set. It'll be a three pack. Start with the lightest one and see what you think. He goes, more than likely, all this gun needs is just that mainspring. Put a nice, little bit lighter Wolf spring in there. So I have one on order. It might be here tomorrow. It'll be here by the end of the week. And that's all I'm planning on doing for this. Surprisingly, I'm not saying surprisingly accurate because of anything about the gun. I'm saying I shot it surprisingly well, being that it is a double action only. You know, there's a lot more possibilities, but then again, like Christine and David and Mr. Holster constantly say, the gun that you're going to carry and you're going to rely on for, your life or your family's life, spend a lot of time putting ammo downrange through it so that you thoroughly understand it. And I'm glad I got the opportunity to, right off the bat to put 150 rounds downrange through it. Impressed. Never had a single failure. Now, Dusty did a trigger job. Both these have had trigger jobs done on them. This one is on the single action is 3 pounds. The work that Dusty did, single action, is 3.5 pounds. Now, double action on this is 5.5 pounds, and double action on the 1066 is less than 4. Dusty, unbelievable. So single action, kind of just up to the wall. Pretty damn decent reset. But now on double action, see, and this is something that this one does that the 4043 does not. 4043 needs it to fire in order to reset. But this one, the double action is just insane. So this is a fun gun to shoot. But then again, anybody that knows me knows that I have issues with 10mm but I also have issues with the old Smiths. Absolutely love them. There's one missing from the corral right now. Jay at Elite Ammunition has the 645. The 645 is the 645 is the same size as the 1006, except for it's chambered in 45 ACP, and I don't know what it is. I thought it was just me until just about anybody that shot it before, like me and Nihap, the last time we went shooting, we both kind of, I just watched Nihap. hitting a steel gong with a cowboy gun at 100 yards, and next thing you know, at 25 yards, you can't hit a steel silhouette, and I had the same problem. So that's why Jay has elite ammunition. It's there to get Jay's love. Trigger job, barrel, competition barrel bushing, magazine disconnect can get adiosed. I do save all that stuff. If for some reason anybody, I would never ever think about selling any of this stuff sitting there. Never. The old Smiths, I don't know. I've been gymotized. Okay, let's get on with this. Socks, and they prove the ladies like them. Mr. Ulster, girls' pants and skirts always open on the back. And the two of you can get a room. Gillian, love the intro babe photo. Sure like try that cherry cream beer. Talking about the girl or the beer. Jolson, I would end up with 18 years of payments between those two brew babes. Jolson, my cack is in a nice spot. Gillian, I mow the grass with a whiskey bottle in the back pocket and swig on it from time to time. Well, if you're going to have to mow, you might as well do it and have some fun. Bearded CB, no, that's a naughty schoolgirl role playing intro babe. I wouldn't mind spanking with a ruler bent over a desk. Bearded CB, brew babe looks damn hot too. Oh, I want to take a second and give my my deepest condolences to Salty Shellback. He too today had to say the last goodbye to their pet. She was 16, and if you're a dog lover, I don't need to explain anything. We all have family members that don't mean as much to us as our dogs. So, Salty, I'm sorry to hear that you lost your buddy. This is just awesome. I have to Big Dog, I have to be honest when I read in here, love you to put the journal in the next raffle as my contribution in Ed's memory. I was like, okay, I will follow your wishes. Quickly, only and very quickly because I don't want to eat up a bunch of time. Battle Box is in. It's actually a pretty good month. I'll just read them instead of showing everything. 9-line apparel, a collapsible denim bowl, and I thought, oh, this would be good for like picking fruit or something because it's a denim bowl. But they say you can use it for water or food. Like if you have a pet, and I know I'm lying. If you have a pet or something, you can like hang this on your pack and it just zips open and becomes a bowl. 9-line apparel, I love the guys, military guys. A bushcraft rope lighter, kind of an very old school looking thing. Okay. Hey, guess what I'm showing? She could, her obsession. The shit kit. It's a shit kit. Potty packs. There was some cool things. I don't know. I personally am The Gerber Suspension Next multi-tool. If you are like me and you are a rugged user of multi-tools, I don't see this one holding up, but it's a Gerber product, so maybe it's not all that bad. It's got the pocket clip, which now that I'm tugging on it, I think that I'd break that bitch right off of there, but it's got bottle openers, and it's I'll give it a go before I completely potty talk it. Waterproof pouches. There's a 3-pack, 3 different sizes. Got your 6 magazine. It looks like a regular old mag, but it's a 10-rounder, and the bottom half is completely filled with survival stuff. It has knives and wire saw and compass and matches and ferro rod, and there is a shit ton of stuff in here. I've had it all out, and the biggest awesomeness part was I was able to get it to all go back in. And of course, you guys, now I don't know what his problem is, John Solar. Everybody that I have showed this knife to absolutely loves it. John Solar hated it. It's from Mantis, and it's called the Gearhead. That's the way it looks. Has this little thumb lever. Push the lever, and you can watch the little gears move. But yeah, when you hit this lever, it locks it up, and then and this is a tip up knife. No chance of changing that, and no chance of moving the clip. Oops. Works better when your hand isn't in the way. The Mantis Gearhead. They say this knife is $199. I went to Mantis, and this knife is like $260 or $200. It's more than $200 at their site. So, but it has to be for you. Do you like it or do you not like it? I think it's cool as hell, and I look forward to putting it into the collection. Okay. How you doing? Bearded CB and Cherry Sour. Way to go, Matt. Way to go. Bearded CB. That's right. Could sell a couple rifles off to get your wet dream Rock Island. Actually, to be totally honest, I've already told you about the things that I want. The Smith & Wesson Model 20 or 629 Deluxe. I definitely want that before I would want the Dream Rock Island, because the Smith & Wesson is more of a dream and more expensive. And to be totally honest, there's a couple of items that I'd really like to get. I've been talking with David Brown and Joey. Ow, I think I injured myself. Talking to David Brown and Joey about putting a set of Hogue custom wood grips on the 1066. And of course, the grips that I liked the most from Hogue were $170. Yeah. So yeah, once that's done, maybe the Rock Island. Smile Money, Matt, please do not tell your stories about the guns you just purchased. I have guns that have special meaning and memories. Others that are just in the safe for function and purpose. See, that's just it. Yeah, there's stuff. Honestly, there's stuff. I mean, I've got just by looking over there, I have at least one AR-15 that I would put up on the chopping block. You know, if I really had to, I could probably do Project Overkill, because it's a 22 long rifle and I just don't use it as much as I really thought I was going to. But maybe I should give it a go one more time, because right now it's had a lot of modifications or swaps done to it from its original. It looks completely different than it did the last time I shot it. But there's only a handful of pistols that are in the safe that I would think about getting rid of, because there's so many things in there that have very special meaning to me. Like, everything sitting here has some kind of a story and or is from a good friend of mine. You know, the one that has the most powerful story is that right there. Samantha knew how badly I wanted a 10mm Smith & Wesson, and she got in cahoots with NIHAP. NIHAP found that, purchased it, had it sent to my FFL, and then Sam paid for it as my birthday present. So, you know, it's like, fuck you. No. Pretty much. If it looks like an old Smith and Wesson, I'd let other things go. Trust me, that collection sitting right there, I could actually find things that have meaning but less meaning to me in order to make sure that those didn't go anywhere. That's. And I blame Jim. David Brown, it's nice to. Oh, it's not nice to hack on an old man who happens to be crazy and has no fucks left to give. Yeah, he reminded me of this when he picked me up to go shooting. Stephen. So, when will you get your gun from Bill's that he has had for years? Yeah, next time I'm up. Actually, I probably should call. I still have an item I have to pick up there, plus the gun that he's had for years. Okay. Steven, what did you do to Matt's gun? I scratched the top of it. He put an aftermarket comp on the end of it, and it got locked in place. And I was holding onto the gun with my ring hand, and my wedding ring scratched the top of his gun. Jay at Elite Ammunition said that he could easily fix that, but then it got Matt to thinking he could also make it look really cool, like he's done with so many of your guns, Eric. And I'm like, so actually waiting to have a conversation with Jay, because I think the Desert Eagle 1911 is going to go spend some time with Jay at Elite Ammunition and get a lot more done than just fix Eric's scratches. Actually, Jay told me how to fix that, but I didn't bother. Gunwild, 21 feet is 7 yards, not 14. You must have went to public school. Yeah. Smile Money hiding shit from his grandma. The stuff Matt just blurts out. Smile Money. Yeah, just giving Smile Money material. Smile Money Matt probably sits on the porch and watches his grandma cut the grass while he sips on his salsa water. Smile Money Matt turns his ass to you, rubs it, but says it burns. It is just burning? Gunwild, is Matt suggesting that you have an adaptable cock? I think there is a song about that called The Detachable Penis. I've heard that song. Smile Money, I hope you have a great day at the range. You may want to shoot the big guns just to get your man card back after the brewer review. I did not have anything to do with him getting that stuff. Gunwild, so Matt hides his booze from Granny. Isn't that abusing the elderly? Or she'll drink it. Gunwild, 2 things before I go. It's cool that Matt is willing to pay for shooting since he has a pocket full of money, but him showing you his ass is a little disturbing. Not a good trade-off. No, not at all. JR10 Desert Gold, no offense to Matt, but previously mentions of his sister with big boobs gave me some very impure thoughts until this review, when he described her as having a build like yours with tits. All I could envision was a ginger, stave-puffed man with tits. Now I'm cured. Right. Fair enough. Brad Thomas. Boobies. Joey Cuz, I like your shirt. I bet you do. Blue Thunder, holy shit, Arnold is in the house. I'll be back. Blue Thunder, be a cop in America today is a dangerous job, but remember, someone has to do it. Yeah, just remember not to be an asshole. Joey, supposedly, Fuichi? I know which one you're talking about. Fuichi, that one is now making some really hot 10mm loads. Hee hee. Hot loads. Blue Thunder, how long before the big one hits California? Hopefully after my good friends are gone from there. Joey Cuz, your busting ass at normal speed is funny, but when you turn the video up to 1.5 speed, it sounds like a chipmunk farting out your ass. Multi-gunman, I'm late, very late. Wade, Gaydar is pinging bigly. The only saving grace are the titillating tittles on the babes. Wade, as an older guy, I have to agree with Matt about the breezy balls during summer. At my age, though, the skirt needs to be well below the knee so I don't scare the kids. Sharky from across the big pond. Intro babe is a sweet, dimples in her cheeks and a sweet rack. Brew babe is fantastic. Matt sure brought over plenty to review. Oh, more 10mm 1911s is what I need. Sharky, you get a friend to help you hide the body. Hiding stuff is so 1980s. Call me, I'm creative. Sharky again. I do want that kilt. Wore one, me and 2 mates, during a softball tournament many years ago. Full commando. Just the cup to protect the jewels. Shortstop all the way. Sprinting does flash the buns, and the women are way worse than us guys. My kilt got lifted at least a dozen of times by women asking if I was wearing undies. The answer, of course, was nope. Naked underneath. Followed by wide open lady eyes and a quick grab and lift. Hashtag me too. Before that was a thing. Also a single guy, I don't mind, got a party out of it. Man Cave Matt, I would comment earlier, but I watched this thing slower. Man Cave Matt, sunglasses worn in a basement. Now that's how I pull off cool. Man Cave Matt, I still getting shivers down my leg thinking of Eric standing there with a big purple dildo behind him.
Come on, you are fake news. Okay, you're fake news.
Speaking of fake news, Jerry, Blue Thunder 40, NYPD trigger pull is 11 pounds. They modify all their guns. Jerry again, fuck you, I have a dragon in my pants. Yeah, but you'll never have one in your safe. Musical Bullet. Mark, ever think of trying ASMR brew reviews? Trust me, I'm a fucking genius. Tapping on bottles and glasses, whispering about the mouthfeel, maybe a fart of 2 thrown in there. It'll go viral. And the last comment, actually on the wrong video, and oh, there's something in spam, was Paul Hasman 440. My wife bought a new iPad Pro for traveling. She paid $1,300 out the door. I can't tell you if that's a good deal or not, because I am not. Sorry, I am not an Apple person. I know, it's gonna be like a Ford, Chevy, Dodge fucking thing, but I just, I've tried it. I had a computer for a while. I did not like it, and I've never looked back. I'm not an Apple person in any way. Mr. Ulster as Jack. Oh, sorry. This is in the Two Hearted Ale Club. I went to find out what was in spam, and when I back out, it auto refreshed. Sorry, we have to get this out of the way first. It's not boozy. It doesn't have any warming. I think it's probably kind of a lighter one. I'm gonna say I'll be surprised if it's 6%. I think it's less than 6%. Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate, Death Roll, Red Cypress Brewery. Oh, I don't want to look. I want to look at that first. On the E scale, it was very tasty. I think it's probably still. I'm still going with. I'm guessing low on the booze, like under 6%. But it is very tasty. It would be a good. If there was another one, Jim. If there was another one, I'd have another one. I'm gonna give this an 8.5. And if I saw it again, I'd probably get it again. Okay, Beer Advocate. What do they say? They said it's very good. They gave it a 3.9 out of 5. I guess we're fairly close. And I said that I would be surprised if it was 6%, and it is 6.5%. Huh. Wonder how long Jim has this. This beer is retired. It is no longer brewed. This is the comment at Beer Advocate. Okay. Now, moving on to the Two Hearted Ale Club. Standing in for Two Hearted Ale is Two Hearted Ale. First in is Mr. Holster. The girls are pretending to booze again, I see, so break out the tinfoil. Socks, Jack. The girls are pretending to booze again, I see, so break out the tinfoil. What? Oh, Mr. Holster actually said, as Jack said, pretending to booze again, I see. I'm sorry, I started reading Mr. Holster and bounced up to the fuzzy fucker. Gun Wild 1, sucking down more suds, I see. Cheers, Two Hearted Ale Club. Jolson, Two Hearted Ale Club, bitches. And last in is J-Dog, Heart Club. And that is a wrap. I'm going to go eat dinner because it's done. So, cheers everybody. And again, I don't know. A couple of my boys that are close by, if you're seeing this and you have any stuff you want done, it's really looking like Dusty out at Dead On is is a worthy advocate of the gunsmithing industry. And I really look forward to maybe some more opportunities talking with the owner out there. I'd really like him to be a part of more of this. So, okay, guys, cheers.